What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and in this episode we're going to be tackling the fuel system. We're going to try and hang the gas tank that we're going to use, fuel tank, and get some lines plumbed up, get the sump pump in, and yeah, without further ado, let's dive into the episode. Okay, so here we are, guys. This is the fuel tank that we're going to be using that came out of the 99 F-350. We got the factory straps to strap the tank up there, and as well as we got this shield that was used originally on the 99 F-350. And like I showed in a previous video, we have a sump pump here, just a cheapo that we ordered off of Amazon. It came with some big fittings here, 3/4 inch line and 5/8 line. Maybe even 1/2 inch or something, but we needed a 3/8 line, so we got these hose barb. This will focus. Anyways, so we got these hose barbs here. We got these ones to go into the lift pump. And yeah, we got some fuel line here, and we got a cheap hole saw. I don't know if I'll use that one, maybe I will. Got some cheapo gloves, got some bolts and some crush washers for the sump pump there. I think that's it. So yeah, we got to get the box off of the truck. We got to get the lift pump thing changed off. I might take these fender wells off. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, let's go get Betsy and let's lift the box off. Okay guys, so we got the gas tank kind of set in place. I got the back bracket mounted in the stock location for the 99 F-350, but I'll crawl under there and I'll show you guys how it's kind of rubbing on the transfer case there. I'll crawl under the truck on the creeper. You can see how there's quite a bit of room down here to go back, probably you know, 2 or 3 inches. So what I'm thinking is to change the mounting where it originally mounted on the 99 F-350, just to move that fuel tank back a little bit, just to give us a little bit more freedom. So the only downfall is right here where this mounts is in between this leaf spring perch, and I want to go back this way whatever, 2 to 3 inches, so it's going to interrupt that guy. So we might have to actually just build 2 completely new brackets to hold the fuel tank. But gonna brainstorm here off camera, and then I'll bring you guys back. So, but first we'll crawl under there and I'll show you it rubbing on the transfer case. Okay guys, so there's the fuel tank there, and under the truck here, here's the transfer case. And you can see how the fuel tank is hitting the drain plug here of the transfer case. So if we move that guy back a couple inches, it should relieve a lot of room. Here's the front stock mount. It's not even close. This one here, we got angled pretty badly to catch the where it normally mounts. So yeah, we're gonna get the gas tank, fuel tank, sorry, used to be a gas tank, now it's a fuel tank. Get that guy moved back, and start figuring out how to get it mounted. Okay guys, so after many minutes, I think I have a plan here. I'll kind of show you what I came up with. I didn't want to do this extensive of work to modify things to get the fuel tank to fit, but this is the only way it's going to work. So there's these two cross members here. These two cross members here. And those two cross members, one sits right there on that guy, and the other one is supposed to sit inside here. So this hump here is causing issues for the gas tank to go up. So the gas tank wouldn't be sitting level like it used to. So that means the fuel gauge and everything would be off, because the fuel tank would be tilted down like this, and it would be showing empty where it's not empty. So this is what I came up with. Bear with me as I crawl under the truck. So this is what I came up with. Is I have a black line there, kind of marked out where I'm gonna cut, and then I'm gonna move this whole piece back. This hump here, I'm gonna move that whole thing back to right about here, so it'll gain another 3 inches or so we can move that tank, and then we can get that tank to sit up inside there. That's the only way I kind of see it going forward, using that tank. So yeah, joy. Anyways, I'm going to grab the angle grinder, probably the zip discs like the die grinder, and we'll chop this out, put it on the bench, cut this down, and test fit it all. So here we go. That sucked. But there it is. We'll test fit the fuel tank in there, make sure there's enough cut off. If not, we'll cut a little more. Then we'll get this guy shortened up and get that in there, kind of like so. And put a piece in there, make it look somewhat decent. Okay guys, so looking at the top here, here's the cab. Looking down from the top, you can see the piece we notched out to fit that hump. It needs a little bit more massaging there, just a little bit. But we're going to drop the tank now. I'm going to get that piece tacked in there and start doing some stitching and clean it up so it doesn't look so hack. So here we go, guys. Okay guys, so I got a piece here cut. That's going to go in here. Going to kind of box that in. You can see that. And then I got this piece kind of trimmed down. I cut about another inch out of here for this to go in nice and tight. I figured, why not make as much room as you can. So we're going to get this guy welded in, and then this guy welded in, and then we'll piece this in after. So let's drag the welder over here, and I'll tack this up and continue building. Here we are, guys, under the truck. That's kind of what it's looking like. You can see how I stepped it in there. And then now we just gotta figure out that piece there. I ground that down, kind of smoothed it out. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. So we just need to get that guy figured out. So we'll get some pieces cut and welded into there. So here we go. Okay guys, there it is, the notch out. You can see the after. I showed you the before, so it's notched back about 3 inches. We got a plate up in there, sorry for the shadowing. Trying to light it up for you. But anyways, got a plate on that side, right there, it's all cleaned up. So we're gonna test fit the gas tank and see what we got. Okay guys, fast forward a little bit here. We got the gas tank hung. It's sitting in there. Wow, was that ever a big job? I didn't think it was gonna be that difficult. I'm gonna just lay on the creeper here and we'll show you guys exactly what happened. And here we go. So with this gas tank, we obviously had to notch it up there. And then the gas tank was hitting this box in that we made on the frame. So we had to notch that out. Didn't like to do that. And then we had to make this bracket up here and we had to weld it to that cross plate, which I didn't want to do either, but there's no other choice. And then the back one we got in the stock location. It's kind of compressing the tank there a little bit. Sorry for the shadowing. But anyways, it's there, it's bolted in, it's hanging. There it is. So that's going to be it for today, guys. And I don't know the next day that I'm going to get into the shop. But anyways, it'll be literally 2 seconds for you. So later. Okay, guys, it's day number 2 here back in the shop. It's been a couple days since I've been in here. But this is what we're doing, is we're going to now drop the fuel tank and we're going to start working on getting that sump pump inside the fuel tank. So I'm going to get the forklift Betsy back in here and we're going to lift it up and drop the tank and then start fitting in the sump pump. So here we go. Guys, we got the fuel tank on the bench and we're going to figure out how the fuel cell comes out. I'm assuming this threads off, this black collar. So we're going to take that off and see exactly where we can mount the sump pump, because ideally it would be directly underneath here, but there's probably not enough room with that sending unit in there. So let's open it up and let's make a game plan. Okay, there we got the factory fuel pump out, and there's just kind of a housing in there, so looks like we got lots of room to screw our sump pump in there. So let's start figuring that guy out. Okay guys, so that's what it looks like inside the fuel tank. That's the cradle that the factory fuel pump sits in, just directly below. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy here, the top of it, and kind of see exactly where I want it to fit. I'll just fit this inside here somewhere and figure out exactly where I want to drill, and then we'll drill a hole and get that sump pump installed. So here we go. Got the hole that we're going to cut right there, so it's nice and close to the lowest point in the tank. So yeah, here we go, let's drill a hole. course, this is a cheap piece of garbage, so I gotta clean up these burrs for this thing to even fit inside here. So let's clean that up. I don't know if you can see this, but it's not very true. Anyways, it should probably work for one hole. So anyways, let's get her drilled. Seems to fit nice and snug in there. So that O-ring should be able to seal it up. But first I'm just gonna take it over to my wash bay and I'm just gonna rinse this guy out just because there's a little bit of crud in there from the last application that it was in. So I'll rinse it off and then I'll catch up with you guys. Okay guys, we're back from the wash bay. I washed it, I rinsed it all out and rinsed the outside as well. So now I'm just gonna take a towel and put it in there to make sure it's pretty dry in there. I drained as much water out as we could. There was actually some bees in there, probably from it sitting outside for a period of time. They would have flew in there, whatever. So yeah, let's get a rag in there, let's wipe it out, and we'll get that sump pump finally mounted. Put a little R on there just so we know that that's the return line. Otherwise we'd be drawing from this height in the fuel tank. So we want to make sure that we're drawing at the low spot and that it's getting pumped back up in. So that's why we got a little R on there. So you got the two fittings there. I wanted to wrench those guys tight while it was out so it's not in the tank and you're wrenching on that, creating the seal to break. So that's why I did it now. So I think that we're ready to get this in there. And it's a lot easier once you have the tank out, I'm assuming. Not like I've done this before, but then you can kind of see what's going on. Otherwise you got to kind of snake this thing in here normally and try and get it in there, but we're able to go from the back side and bolt that thing up, so it should go fairly easy. So we got an O-ring crush washer there. There we got the sump pump, it's installed, it's kind of torqued down. Yeah, I don't see why guys, you know, spend $400 on a Beans diesel pump or whatever. I've never done this like I've said before, but it's pretty common sense that you need to get fuel from A to B and there's nothing in between other than a lift pump. So as long as it seals, why isn't this one good enough? So yeah, let's get the original fuel pump back in there, and we'll note that what wires are the fuel sending unit so we don't have to hook up the fuel pump. And so here we go. Okay guys, so you can see there that now that the sump pump is in, it's actually the lowest spot of the tank. It lowers it about another inch, so we shouldn't have any problems drawing fuel right to the bottom. And then there's the stock fuel pump where we'll get our reading for our fuel gauge. So that's what it looks like inside the tank. Okay guys, so here we have the stock fuel pump with the sending unit. I modified it here. I disconnected the power to the fuel pump, as well as I took off the hoses, the draw straws. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take this piece of rubber hose and we're going to hook it on here, just so nothing can enter the tank. Then I don't have to worry about them on the outside, and then they'll be just plugged off. So let's get that on there. I'll get the sending unit back in the tank, and then we'll get it back up there, and then I think we're running fuel lines. So here we go. Okay guys, so we got the fuel tank hung. We got the old fuel pump bunged off inside the tank here. We got the sending unit for the fuel gauge. I got it marked on the tank that it's yellow and red for the wires for the fuel gauge. Here's a breather here. There's also a breather on the back side. This is your breather while you're fueling. And this is the filler neck. That's the word. Anyways, we got the sump pump here underneath. We got fuel lines going to the front. The other side of those fuel lines go down to the lift pump here. We got it going to the lift pump, and then we got the other one there. It is the return line going back to the sump pump. Okay guys, so that's going to be it for this episode. We smashed another milestone. We got the fuel system, that's all figured out. It's all plumbed in. And I believe next we are on to wiring. Pretty sure it's wiring. I can't think of anything else. I have, yeah, we got to figure out the filler neck for the box. I'm not sure. I kind of wanted to do like a new style filler door on the side of the truck. But then when you look at the truck, you know something's been modified. And as of right now, it's all kind of looking stock, other than it's got Super Duty wheels on it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And yeah, if you guys are liking this build, make sure you smash the subscribe button. Some other guys were asking me, why isn't it popping up that I'm posting new videos? And you gotta click the bell. So click the bell and then you'll get a notification on your phone, and it'll tell you when I drop a new video. And make sure you tell all your buddies about Chilly Willies Media, and we're working on Project Arnie. And yeah, so until next time, peace.